I'm too loud. Good evening, everyone. Sorry about the delay. Uh, I want to call the meeting to order. It is 6:34, and we will start with a pledge of allegiance. With everyone, please stand up. And Laura, would you lead us, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I won't tell you what it is. Okay, may we have a roll call, please?
Yes, Madam Chairman. Rosaline Phillip,
Here.
Holly Cohen,
Here.
Mike McDermott,
Here.
Cassandra Arnold, Dana Magliore Fenelon,
Here.
Peggy Boulay, Laura Hill,
Here.
Mary Esteem Irvin.
Okay, we have a quorum. Thank
We have
you.
a quorum.
All right, with that said, would you please explain the whole process to the audience, please? Brittany.
Okay, quasi-judicial items. These items may either be approved, denied, or approved with conditions. Please be advised that the following items on the agenda are quasi-judicial in nature. The applicant or duly authorized agent for the applicant must be present. If no representative is present, the application will be tabled to the next Board of Adjustment meeting. When the petition is announced, the applicant or their agent shall approach the microphone and state their name and address for the record. Any interested party wishing to speak on any item may approach the podium after the board has opened the public hearing. Each party shall approach the microphone and state their name and address for the record and address their comments to the board. Each party shall speak for not more than 3 minutes in order to provide for order and time of other interested parties to address their concerns or comments to the board.
Thank you. And with this being a quasi-judicial meeting, board, anyone who will be addressing the board tonight needs to take the oath. So if you want to say anything about any items, our attorney will administer the oath.
So if you plan to speak to the board, please stand and raise your right hand. Nobody? Okay, staff, raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth and whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this proceeding?
Everyone needs to stand. You're going to
Oh,
speak.
you plan on speaking? Just respond to the question. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this proceeding? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. May I have a motion to approve the minutes from August 16?
So move.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Moved by Mr. McDermott and seconded by Ms. Magloire. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Do we have any board communications?
No.
No? I don't have any. Okay. All right. We have no continued items, so we're going to start with the new petitions. First one is V-04-17, Station Coiffure USA, Inc., 771 Northeast 125th Street. Is the applicant here? Yes, he is. Okay. Please state your name and address, please.
So my name is Gautier Paolini, and the address for the location is 771 Northeast 125th Street, North Miami 33161.
Thank you. And Brittany?
Okay, a special exception use pursuant to Article 4, Division 2, Section 4202 of the North Miami Code of Ordinances, Chapter 29, Land Development Regulations, to allow a proposed specialty school at the property located at 771 Northeast 125th Street in the C3 district. Said special exception to be reviewed under the criteria set forth in Article 3, Division 5, Section 3504 of the LDRs. The subject property comprises of 5,400 square feet and is located in the north side of Northeast 125th Street between Northeast 7th Avenue and Northeast 8th Avenue. According to the Miami-Dade County Property Appraiser's website, the property has been developed as a one-story, 3,230 square foot commercial building since 1956. The applicant, Mr. Paulini, currently operates 2 successful beauty salons in the Miami area, and grew up in his family beauty salon business, which has been in operation for over 30 years. He's entered into a lease agreement with the property owner for the commercial space in order to establish a specialty school, which will provide training in hairdressing services, including hair cutting, color, hairstyling, shampoo, blow-dry, permanent hair color, hair treatments, and state board exam preparation. The subject property is designated Central Business Commercial in the city's adopted future land use map and is zoned C3 in the city's adopted zoning map. The property is located directly in front of the municipal parking lot, and in accordance with Article 5, Division 14, Section 51404, the property is exempt from providing on-site parking due to its proximity, which is less than 200 feet to the municipal parking lot. As such, there is adequate parking and will safely and conveniently accommodate the parking needs for the proposed school and of the other established uses in the immediate of the vicinity. Approval of the requested special exception is thereby recommended, subject to the condition that the applicant agrees to abide by the special exception criteria. Failure to do so shall constitute a basis for revocation of the special exception approval, and that a CU or a certificate of use from the CP&D department be only issued upon compliance with all terms and conditions of this approval.
Thank you. And anything that you would like to add?
No, she pretty much said everything.
Okay. All right, with that being said, I'll open public hearing. Anyone for or against this item? Don't see many people out there. All right, now I'll close public hearing and we'll have board discussion.
Yeah.
Okay, Ms. Cohen?
I guess we have a staff attorney here. Okay, there is a section in the statute, oh, you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
now you
Yeah, I
hear
do.
me, okay. Section 5-2201 regarding salons and barbershops having a 1,500 square foot requirement so that there will not be a accumulation of these kind of activities going on in our commercial downtown. Has anyone did this 1,500? Because as I was driving up, I saw 2, one right across the street, one diagonally across the street, and one, and I haven't, counted the square footage, but someone has done that? Because we have this statute online that should be given precedence over anything else. Yeah.
What was the code section again, please?
The
It was
section
section
is
5-2201,
2201.
located on page 169 of the LDRs. And in response to the inquiry, the city did take into consideration this section in evaluating the application, but because the applicant listed its primary use for the property, not as a hair salon, but as a specialty school, we didn't feel that the distance limitation requirement would apply.
But if you read the definition, it says any type of salons, barbershop, convenience stores, anything devoted primarily to the treatment of hair removal, including wax treatment, hair cutting, hair arrangement. I mean, they're going to sit there. If you look at the diagram that they gave you, the front of the piece of property is going to have a salon right in front. So I don't see how you could differentiate one from the other.
Well,
The
it was based off of
definition
the...
is pretty inclusive.
So based off of the information provided by the applicant, it was that the primary use for the property was not going to be for a hair salon or a beauty salon. It was more going to be an educational purpose. I believe staff did make inquiry to the applicant to find out if services would be provided to the public for any type of beauty treatments, and those were just not what the applicant listed as services that were going to be provided.
So you're telling me they're gonna bring dogs in to do?
No, I'm
I
not.
mean,
Those would be more
okay,
suited for the
But if you look
applicant.
at the definition, hair salon means any place of business wherein the practice cosmetology is carried on for the treatment of the head, face, and scalp for aesthetic rather than medical purposes, including but not limited to shampooing, hair cutting, hair arranging, hair coloring, permanent waving, and hair relaxing. The term also includes performing hair removal. I mean, you can go on and on and on. I mean, they have to be doing this on somebody. So they're sitting outside the front of the salon, and people are sitting there getting their hair cut, because you gotta teach them on something. They're not doing it on wigs. So can you explain how that doesn't, how you differentiated that?
Could we ask the applicant to describe a daily schedule for the facility?
So I mean, from what I think, I understand what you said as that's the same. That is the same as a beauty salon, because we're going to be doing hair, but it's going to be for an education part, and I believe the rules that have been established for it is because of the beauty salons that are in the street, and I guess that was the demand of the beauty salon in the street to a rule as this, and so it's totally different. That is a beauty school.
Whose
Well,
hair
yes.
will you be doing?
Madam Chair, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Ms. Hill, and then Mr. McDermott.
When you say you were going to be mostly doing classroom educational projects, can you describe to whose hair is this going to be
Uh,
members of the public, or
I
how's
mean,
that
the
work?
education will be for a hairstylist. So then you have to, when you have the part that you don't have anyone that you're doing hair on, and you have the part that you have to teach the new stylist how to do hair. And most of the time, you can call for a model or stuff like this. People that
Who?
people
sorry.
that
Model.
a
Oh,
model,
okay.
that people that agree having hair doing by someone that is not a specialist yet. And
Mr. McDermott?
So are you going to, like a lot of these schools, are you gonna be opening to the public to come in and use them as vehicles for people to train on?
you mean if I want to use this space to, I mean this
In other
this
words,
school to
I
train?
think it sort of piggybacks a little bit on what Ms. Hill said. You're gonna have to have, I know a lot of these schools have, bring in the public to let, in other words, to demonstrate so that they can demonstrate how to do things, and they give the public reduced prices or free to come in and,
No, that'll be only to train a hairstylist, and I mean the goal is not to be as like a Beauty School of America, like you can see, or that will be more more private to only the hairstylists, and yeah, the goal is to do a good school to train stylists to then be able to work in a beauty salon.
well, what I'm saying is, where are you gonna get your subjects? If this is a school that's gonna be ongoing, you can't, the trainees can't be just solely doing it on each other. They have to have, you know, a volume of people to work on. Would that be people that you're gonna?
Yeah, I mean, you can see a lot of stylists after they're doing school, like at Beauty School of America or anything like this. You see a lot of them that are going to a more intense training and more like to train better, because because they don't feel like they don't feel like a specialist when they finish school or anything like this.
I have a question. I guess I'm still not clear, but just simply, are you going to charge people to come in and do their hair?
Most
So
of
members of the public, will they come in and will you charge them
For the beauty school, we won't do that. Of course not.
So,
We will charge the stylist going to do the hair, but not the person doing his hair.
Mr. Paolini, I'm sorry. You need to have models
Yeah.
for your students to practice,
Mhm.
okay? What we're trying to find out, how are you going to get those models, and how many, let's say, how often will they be at the school? And will they be charged to get that service done?
Well, I mean, the goal will be to have someone every day because that'll mean the school works very well. But the model will not pay because most of the time there will be person like you or me that agree on doing their hair for free with someone that is new in the industry. You know what I mean?
Oh, so they're
Yes.
so you're gonna be using the public, but the services are gonna be free.
Yeah, that's how it works mostly on the beauty school. Like you allow the person that want to do his hair to do it for free because they agree on having the hair doing by someone that is not a specialist, and if the work is not well done, they know that they were doing their hair by someone that is not a specialist.
Yeah, so the problem is you're gonna be in
Ms. Hill, you have
competition
something.
with-
Go ahead.
I have a, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, so the problem is, though, that you're gonna be, if you're giving it away for free, then you're gonna be in competition with the people who are across the street who are trying to make a living with it.
Well,
Well,
I have a couple
that's not really the same. I mean,
I got that part, but I don't think that's something that we need to be concerned about.
Well,
But,
tying into what, you know, tying into earlier comments, yeah, it does to an extent.
Ms. Hill, and then I have something.
Sure. In your layout, you have your styling station. How many individual chairs do you plan to put in your styling station?
at the location,
Yeah.
I'm planning to have about, I don't exactly yet, but enough to be able to work in good conditions.
Would that be more than 4 or 5 stations?
That will be probably between 4 and 6,
Between 4 and 6.
something in this average.
Okay, now I'm going to ask one more question just
Sure.
to clarify it. If I was walking down the street on 125th and I happened to come across your business and I wanted to get my hair cut,
Mhm.
could I walk in there and ask if one of your stylists can cut my hair?
I mean, usually that doesn't work like this. You call the people that you know that agree on doing those.
So would the
hair,
doors be unlocked and I
no,
come
of
in?
course not. The door will be open.
Okay, and if I came in, would there be a stylist there to potentially do hair?
I mean, the goal is to be open, of course, and if you have no classes, that may be a possibility, but that's no. I mean, that's not what I'm planning. I mean, you know.
Okay, Mr. Paolini, it's difficult for us. We're here, we want to help
Yeah, of course.
people who come, but at the same time, we do realize the rules and the laws in our city. A few months back, we had something similar to yours, which was a barbershop which had a specialty. He had something very specific, but the fact that the ultimate idea behind it was a barbershop, which did not go along with the distance of the business based on
But
Code 5-2201. So we want to focus, since your focus is on the school, we would like to focus on that, and so that we can see where this section doesn't apply. So it would help us to know, okay, you have school. I know I teach, I have classes, I know the days that I teach, I know the hours that I teach, and if my students have to have lab, we have certain, time that can be set up for them to go to lab. And your subjects for your lab, you're going to need individuals to come in and be what they call the guinea pig for your students to practice. So it would help us to know from, I think you said Monday,
Tuesday to Saturday.
Tuesday through Saturday. So from Tuesday to Saturday, maybe on Thursdays, that's going to be lab. That's going to be the time that individuals will come in and practice will be done. But the way that it is being explained and we are being understood, yes, it's a school, but it's a school that depends on providing the beauty salon services in order for your students to practice. So this is where there is a conflict for me.
Yeah, the other thing is what Ms. Cohen said. You know, we went through an arduous process of land development regulations so that we don't end up with businesses clustered in our downtown area. So there's wider variety of what's going to populate our downtown and bring people in. So that's one of the concerns is during that process, we went to a lot of the workshops and we talked about businesses that are already clustered, and that I believe is the spirit of that regulation is to try to avoid repetitive business.
Or try to develop a ongoing dynamic downtown. If you have hair salon after hair salon after hair salon, such as tax and tax and tax, you're going to have a very unviable downtown. It's not gonna bring people down there. Sorry.
Would it be a possibility to create that as a condition, that it would not be open to the public?
And how is he gonna have a school?
Because, well, he mentioned that the person would have to call. So what you're saying is your students would have to recruit their models, Mr. Paolini?
I mean, we'll
They can
take
recruit their models?
I mean, they could, but we'll take care of that.
But then we really have is a salon. I mean, in essence, we're
Yeah.
teaching them, but it's a salon. I mean, that's exactly it. Someone drives by, they see a salon, they see one across the street, they see one here, and it's a salon. You call it what you want, you know, but it's a salon. 'Cause that's what they're gonna be doing, is hair.
Anyone else? Okay. No other discussion? No other question? Okay. You guys ready to make a motion? I see staff discussing, but, okay. Mr. McDermott, would you
Cohen?
like to make a motion?
I make a motion to deny.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'm gonna second that.
Okay, it's been moved for denial by Ms. Cohen and seconded by Ms. Magloire, Finilo, sorry. Okay, roll call, please. Yes.
Is it yes that I'm denying it?
Yes.
We're not used to that.
Yes.
No, I've seen people do that.
And Ms. Faglior,
Ms.
Ms.
Magloire,
Fenelon.
Finilo.
Magliore Fenelon.
That's
Oh, my
okay.
God.
It's okay. Yes.
Ms. Laura Hill.
I'm going to go ahead and say yes to deny. Sorry.
So your application has been denied.
All right.
I feel bad.
Do I stay here or should
They could explain later to him, I don't know. Maybe they could do the Biscayne Boulevard on
We have to follow the land development. If we don't follow the procedures, there's no point in having it.
Why did we recommend?
Thank you.
All right. All right. I know. And I feel bad because they go into a lease agreement and anyway. All right, next case, V-05-17, 12949 Biscayne Boulevard, Alex Chong Tattoo. Okay. Applicant is here.
Madam Chair, can I make a comment?
Oh, go
Okay.
ahead.
No, it'll wait, it'll wait.
It will wait?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Alex Young.
Address?
12949 Biscayne Boulevard, North Miami, 33181.
Thank you. Whitney? Hold on.
A special exception use pursuant to Article 4, Division 3, or Division 2, Section 4202 of the North Miami Code of Ordinances, Chapter 29 Land Development Regulations, to allow a proposed tattoo parlor at the property located at 12949 Biscayne Boulevard in the C2BE District. Said special exception to be reviewed under the criteria set forth in Article 3, Division 5, Section 3504 of the LDRs. I did want to put on the record that it does say that the tattoo parlor will be open from Saturday through Sunday, when we actually meant Sunday through Saturday. And also, too, on page 2, with the comprehensive land use plan section, I know it says industrial in the first line, but we actually mean commercial office, which is mentioned in the third line of the same paragraph. The subject property comprises of 12,500 square feet and is located on the east side of Biscayne Boulevard between Northeast 126th Street and Exora Lane. The applicant, Mr. Chung, is a tattoo artist with 15 years of experience, competes in international tattoo conventions, and has won 27 awards. He has entered into a lease agreement with the property owner for 1,797 square feet of the commercial space in order to establish a tattoo parlor, body piercing, and gallery. The proposed business is to operate from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. The subject property is designated commercial office, as previously mentioned, and Zone C2BE. Tattooing is an artistic expression protected by the First Amendment. The U.S. 11th Circuit described the standard in reviewing municipal regulations of such uses as a municipality may regulate protected artistic expression only if the regulation is, 1, justified without reference to the content of the regulated speech, and 2, is narrowly tailored to serve a significant governmental interest, and 3, leaves open ample alternative channels for communication of the information. In light of those findings, we requested the special exception to establish this tattoo parlor, body piercing, and gallery would constitute an appropriate use for the area, and it will be expected to operate in harmony with the general appearance and characteristics of the area, and not detract or result in diminution or of the value or of anything else in the adjacent properties. Approval of the requested special exception is thereby recommended, subject to the conditions that the applicant agrees to abide by the special exception criteria, and that a certificate of use be applied for with the CP&D department.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Chung, anything else you'd like to add to your case?
It's good.
Okay. With that being said, I'll open public hearing. Anyone for or against this particular item? Okay. Public hearing is closed. Board discussion.
I'd just like to, Chair, I'd like to clarify your operating hours and days.
Translate for me, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to translate for have a little
okay.
bit to
State
explain. all the
State your name and
characters.
address for the record.
Yes, my name is Javier Estrada, and you want the address of the place? Yeah, the address is 129 Biscayne Boulevard, North Miami, 33181, Florida. So the hours is gonna be Sunday to Saturday, 7 days a week,
Okay,
10 to 10.
okay, 7 days a week, okay.
10. All right. Well, I know there are no other tattoo shops around there. That much I know. Okay. Anybody else?
Is
Ms. Gordon?
Just gonna ask, is this a permitted exception? on this?
Yes, yes, it is.
So it's one of the on the list, because when I looked it up, it said residential. I don't know how it came to that, but.
No,
It would-
Brittany, you want to clarify?
Mm,
no,
Residential.
yeah.
Commercial, industrial.
Commercial,
No,
industrial.
that's what I thought.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But when I looked up this code, so it is a permitted exception? A special
Use the mic.
exception. And there's ample parking, because I don't see where this.
Yeah. It's like, you know, all those places.
I know it's in Biscayne.
It is.
Yeah, but it's right before, I'm sorry, like, you know that little shopping center before that gas station, before Auxiliary Lane, before you go in? There's like-
If you look
there's
at
a
the
bunch of
picture
things
on
there.
page
There's plenty of
2,
parking.
yeah, page 2, it looks like has pretty sufficient parking
Mhm.
spots. Real quick, when you're speaking about your use of the property as a gallery, do you have plan to have gallery openings and art openings there as well, or is it just a place to display?
Maybe they'll do ink.
Was the restaurant noticed
but
of this hearing?
So he say he have like
Yeah.
the personal
Yeah.
painting for like 15 years. He will like a season painting them, and he gonna post them like gallery on the walls.
Will you be having gallery openings, art openings at your facility?
Find out.
No, eso es simplemente las obras de los mismos artistas que vamos a estar trabajando ahí, que van a estar realmente puestas ahí para que todo el mundo pueda ver.
I guess what people
no
could
solo hacen
see
tatuajes,
what
sino que
he's
también son
created.
artistas de nosotros.
He say he gonna post all the art, him and the other artists, so everybody can delay, see all those painting. They have their own painting, so it's not only a tattoo. They like artist,
Okay.
like on the painting.
Okay.
So it's everything that he's done. So
Yes.
he's going to
Yes,
take picture and.
it's already
and-
done.
Okay.
And there's 4 chairs located there. It's open till 10 at night. There's a restaurant there. Is there ample parking?
Let's see on page 2.
Yeah, but there's the one all the way to the left of that little shopping center is a restaurant. Is there ample parking in that?
Yes, based on the parking calculation for those spaces, it would provide enough parking.
It would?
Yes.
Even though it's open at night and the restaurant's open at night?
Correct. It's all based on
Okay.
square footage.
And usually with this type of business, they don't have that many clients at one time because or I guess it's like,
Well, there's 4 chairs.
well,
It's not ready for one or the other. How many
For-
employees will you have?
We're gonna open with like 4 chairs.
Okay.
So can be like the 4 chairs, 4 artists, maybe 3, depend how the business go.
okay. And
So
just
we're
for
gonna be
crazy-
we're gonna work by appointment too.
Okay.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Mr. McDermott?
question, please.
Mm-hmm.
To staff mainly, don't these facilities require a health department license clearing?
I do not know, but whatever is required would have to be satisfied before a certificate of use
Of
and
use is
occupancy.
Maybe I
issued.
should have
So
you
that's not
gotten,
something
have you, I'm pretty sure that they do.
Yeah.
Have you been approved yet by the health department?
That's if it's
It
required.
sounds like a chicken and egg question.
Yeah.
They probably need their zoning before they.
Mhm.
Highly regulated.
So he say not yet because the inspection has to be approved when we're ready to open.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Madam
I-
Chair?
I would
Ms.
like to
Hill?
move approval of the project.
And
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay, it's been moved by Ms. Hill and seconded by Mr. McDermott. Roll call, please.
Ms. Philippe,
Yes.
Ms. Cohen,
Yes.
Ms. Magliore Fenelon,
Yes. She got it right.
Ms. Hill,
Yes,
Mr. McDermott.
Yes.
congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay.
Sorry, he wanna say like we have like a really good project for the city. We're gonna bring like art to the city,
Okay.
and I hope so. It's gonna be
Hopefully, we'll
really
see
good.
you on ink.
Also,
Fabulous.
thank you.
Great, we look forward to
appreciate
it.
it.
Thank you.
Okay, have a good
Thank you.
holiday.
It's
Okay,
a
bye-bye.
thing, it's a competition.
Bye, have a good night.
Online,
Good night.
they do all kinds of stuff. It's like Army Chef, you know, the chef show. I know. I watch I do reality shows. Leave it alone. Okay, any old business? New business? Maybe, Mr. McDermott, maybe now is your time to make your
Yeah, I
comment.
realized- I was sorry, I was out of order. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's okay.
I should have retained. But anyway, I like this. This thing where they have the little, they have the aerial photo with the little.
Uh-huh.
arrow.
Okay.
Oh,
Is it?
okay.
Just the
I
layout.
like that.
I like the layout.
So a thumbs up to staff, I like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Anybody else, anything?
Google Maps. Google Maps.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, listen, and may I also wish everybody, my fellow board members and staff, a very, very happy holidays and happy New Year and
Well,
happy
Happy Hanukkah, Merry
Happy
Christmas.
Happy
Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa.
Happy
Right.
Kwanzaa.
You know-
Holidays.
So as they say, happy everything.
Happy everything.
Happy everything. yeah.
Let me just add
safe.
something. I was,
Healthy and happy is most
yes, for sure. I was at that shopping center with the Ross and the TJ Maxx. and
Uh-huh.
all
Oh, I
that.
avoided.
Yeah, and I yes, and I
Okay.
thought about all of us
Mic
here.
off,
and-
mic off.
Oh. thought about all of us here and how important this work is because that is a nightmare facility.
Yes.
They need way more parking.
What facility are we talking about?
Make their own parking spots.
How about if we adjourn first?
I second.
It doesn't matter though.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, now you